As the number of people flying steadily increases, all of the major airlines are cracking down on people who don't wear masks. They say if you don't have a mask on, you can't get on our planes. And some of the major airlines, including United, Delta, and American, plan to take away a traveler's future flying privileges if you refuse to wear a face covering. For more now, we're joined by aviation expert Seth Kaplan. And boy, Seth, the airlines really getting serious about this.
They are, Heather, and they've gone back and forth on this. At first, making it mandatory, then kind of quietly telling their employees, hey, don't get into fights over this. But now going back the other way. We'll see if they actually did what you said, right? If they actually ban people from flying. But just the fact that they're threatening it shows how seriously they're taking it. And it is an airline by airline thing. You mentioned those major airlines doing that. At the other end of the spectrum, Allegiant, which serves the Bay Area at Oakland, also some flights over at Stockton, isn't even mandating masks at all. It's encouraging them, but they're not required.
Yeah, the masks, though, seem to be important to the airline industry because in order to get travelers back on planes, they have to feel like they're safe.
Oh, no question. I mean, it's just part of society, right? All of us who feel uncomfortable if somebody's not wearing a mask in any other venue, in a supermarket or anywhere else we go, certainly feel that way on an airplane, spending hours with these people. So it's just like everywhere else. You're wearing the mask, yeah, partly for your own protection, but especially for protection of everybody else against what you might have. And absolutely, there's a growing comfort level with flying. I can tell you, I haven't been on a plane yet, but in terms of just the risk to myself, I feel better knowing that almost everybody's wearing a mask. And so this is taking one more step in that direction, giving people that comfort level for themselves and their families.
Yeah, you mentioned, though, that this is sort of an airline by airline issue, and that is not sitting well at all with the flight attendants union. They say that, the federal government has basically failed here. In fact, they released a statement saying that they have completely abdicated, the federal government that is, completely abdicated its responsibility to keep the flying public and aviation workers safe during COVID-19. It seems as though it would make things easier if there was a federal mandate for everyone traveling.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 2 months since Canada, for example, said very simple. It's not up to the airlines. It's not up to the airports. If you're in an airport or on an airplane, you have to wear a mask. In the United States, though, you know what? In a way, Heather, this is not so different from everything else, right? The way the federal government hasn't mandated much. The difference is that airlines are only regulated federally. So when you think about, okay, why are there requirements in restaurants and so forth and not on airlines? Well, because restaurants are also regulated at the state and local level. With airlines, it's just the federal government, which, yeah, in many regards hasn't gone as far as its counterparts around the world.
Yeah, we should also mention, Seth, that the only time you can take your mask off on some of these airlines is when you're eating, and therefore some of the airlines shifting their in-flight service because they don't want to allow people to have those masks off a little longer than necessary. I really appreciate the conversation, Seth. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Likewise. Stay safe, Heather.